Keanu is taking me to meet a friend,
on the island of Oahu.
Hawaii's history teacher of the year.
I have a friend here. Her name is Amy Caruso.
Many of Amy's students come from U.S. military families,
Largest military bases here on this island.
but she's teaching them to rethink Hawaii's history.
Teaches this information in high school.
Okay.
You should have seen the conversation that they were having when we brought it home, what that means for the current status of Hawaii. Their minds were blown.
Right.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
right, well, and then it raised all these questions about their citizenship, their families, their existence here, you know. We are very fortunate. Today we have a guest, Dr. Keanu Sai, the gentleman who wrote your textbook. We left off talking about the law of occupation yesterday, and today we're going to move into an analysis of understanding the sovereignty movement in Hawaii. You've seen this cartoon before. What do you think that it shows?
America is kind of like smarter than like all the lowly Pacific nations, like Hawaii. So it's kind of like saying it's teaching them to be better,
Okay.
helping them out.
Okay. What do you think, JD?
It's like teaching them to be American because there was the whole push to try to Americanize them.
Almost as if they believed that the white man said about them.
How are the kids receptive to the curriculum, and how are the families receptive?
Treating it as a legal issue and treating it as a non-dividing issue. Some of the students were saying, like, can we just wait to resolve this until I go to college?
So a treaty of cession is where one country will cede territory to another country. Is there a treaty here in Hawaii? No. So there's no treaty. So really there's no ceded lands. A lie that was being taught in schools. The fact that we always say ceded lands, that's a clear indicator that we've been led to believe something that's not true. Then Hawaii is not a part of the United States, and that's not a political statement. That's just the reality. That's a fact.
Going back to but it's been like this for so long, and things don't change. Like things like this big, they just don't change. They just remain the same. And I tried to explain to them, you know, the Soviet Union dissolved. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
you know, like,
true.
Nothing is perfect.
Now we actually can compare and contrast. Yeah? In Hawaiian, we say ikapo mekeau, night and day. Yeah, but if all you knew was night, how do you know that's not the day?
Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transportation, or HART, is building Honolulu's $5.2 billion above-ground rail system. The rail line crosses key commercial and tourist sections of Oahu and is intended to fix Honolulu's notorious traffic congestion. But at the beginning of construction in the downtown corridor, Iwi Kapuna, or ancestral burial remains, were uncovered.
As a result of the research that we did and the discussions that we had with Ka'anohi, we offered her legal representation and them working together on that case. Our bond, obviously the attorney-client relationship, but I think more so on a Hawaiian relationship, and what we believed our obligation in Kuleana is to those that have gone before us and paved the way for us.
Over here is 32 burials that were disinterred and reburied here when they did construction for this road extension.
When was this?
2005.
Is there any like DNA testing that you do to see the genealogy that is behind the burials?
We totally object to that.
Oh, okay.
It's like invasive,
Right.
Further desecration of our iwi kupuna.
Culturally, my way of ensuring that they are respected is that they're allowed to remain where they were placed.
I have a lawsuit on the church right now because they had dug up burials to build this, this larger building.
So this is the back of the church we're just into?
Yeah, so as you can see on their graves are nicely tucked away, peaceful. Nobody would think of disturbing their graves.
Right.
Before I filed my lawsuit, they had compactors in place where they were going to compact the ground, which meant all the ivikupuna in there would have been pulverized. And after they did that, then they were ready to pour concrete and start to rebuild. So that's when I filed my lawsuit. They found prior to trying to decertify what they're doing now, they had about 69 of remains that are kept under the church in the basement. And now they have 650 plus. So where do they have these kupunas? What did they do with the bones of my ancestors?
And they haven't told you?
They're not telling anybody yet.
How does this make you feel when you come to one of these burials?
I don't come here often.
Right.
And I don't even want to look in there.
Yeah.
This is the same Ahupua'a, the same area as Walmart, the same area as the Howard Hughes Corporation, same area as Waihonua, and this is the same area that the rail will be passing through.
Wow.
And that's why I filed my lawsuit that this area is known to have concentrations of burials.
Right.
So this is where you need to do the archaeological inventory survey, first.
Right.
But they had their own agenda.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to set it up with our public relations person, so we can't allow you to film up.
I'm not filming on your property.
This is actually private property. This belongs to Walmart as well. It does. So.
No, not the sidewalk. Not the sidewalk.
Well,
the sidewalk is county.
I realize that, ma'am. But you are filming private property.
I'm a descendant.
I realize that. But
Okay.
there's still legalities
Okay,
that you have to
call your legal department.
Okay.
In fact, I'll call your legal department. This is the site of a Walmart, their back area. And that ahu right there, that stone structure, is where we buried 60 sets of ivikupuna. Those burials were removed to build that ingress-egress, that driveway right there. No, it isn't. When I agreed to file the lawsuit, it didn't really dawn on me that I was suing Walmart, until it was in the newspaper and everybody started calling me and saying, like, you're suing Walmart? And I was like, oh my gosh, I guess so. We're suing Walmart. And I said, well, that's the way it goes. Just because they're Walmart, they think they can go around digging up people's graves.
And this is it right here?
This is it. This is the burial site of 65 human remains. Hey, halele hua no ya natano.